Every day, something dramatic happens in the Caribbean that affects our lives. We'll give you the details. We'll give you the facts on Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Here's Eddie Frederick.
Welcome to Caribbean Perspective. So glad you can join us. The story that takes the lead in today's edition for Thursday, 7th March 2024, and brought to you in association with our friends at Antillean Group. The Bahamas reports on the status of its diplomats in Haiti during this time of total chaos. Details after this important message.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all, perils big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so glad to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Antillean Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
Welcome back. Haiti's crisis sent Bahamas' diplomatic staff home. More in this ZNS News item.
Here's what's happening in the region's most impoverished country. International reports state Haiti's government declared a 72-hour state of emergency on Sunday after armed gangs stormed a major prison. At least 12 people were killed and about 3,700 inmates escaped in that jailbreak. Gang leaders are demanding the resignation of Haitian Prime Minister Ariel Henry, whose whereabouts, according to reports, are unknown since he traveled to Kenya. Now, the tension prompted the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to announce that the 5 diplomatic staff members assigned to the Bahamas Embassy in Haiti are now home for consultations. However, Foreign Affairs officials confirmed that Chargé d'Affaires Captain Godfrey Roll and 2 security attachés will remain in their posts and continue to monitor the ongoing crisis in Haiti. Well, I spoke with Captain Roll earlier this afternoon, and he maintains that despite the chaos, he and his staff are safe.
As it currently stands now, Haiti is relatively calm. You don't have any street demonstration, not a lot of going on. People are on the streets as normal. But, you know, that's Haiti. Haiti is a country, as I always say, of ebbs and flows. It can be calm, and then the next couple hours, some demonstration could start. But we are safe where we are. My staff and I, you know, when these things happen, we stay at the residence. The embassy is safe, and so there's not much going on now. We don't know what will happen this evening. Okay, there is a curfew. So we'll see what takes place this afternoon and into the evening.
Also taking a proactive safety approach to Haiti is the national flag carrier. Bahamas Air's managing director Tracy Cooper confirming the airline has temporarily suspended its flights to Haiti in the wake of that increased gang violence and the recent prison break.
Bahamas Air doesn't fly into Port-au-Prince where most of the activities are. But again, out of an abundance of caution, Cape Haitian flights are being suspended for the immediate future.
In the interim, Bahamas Air customers who were expected to take flights should contact the airline.
You can contact our reservations at 702-4140, and we'll advise them as to what we're going to do. The situation is fluid in that we don't know exactly when we'll resume the flights. It'll be based on the situation on the ground. And once we get the green light that everything has calmed down and we can fly again, we'll resume flights into Cape Haitian.
The Foreign Affairs Ministry release went on to say there is not and has not previously been any indication of the embassy or its personnel being targeted in any way. However, should the security risk change in Haiti, Captain Roll and other staff may withdraw at will. This is a story we are continuing to follow. Reporting live in studio for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Altaviz Munnings.
St. Lucia's Prime Minister Philip J. Pear has provided more clarity on the role of Jeremiah Norbert, the Minister for Crime Prevention and Persons with Disabilities, in the Cabinet. Zane Romulus of DBS News World reports.
Further to Jeremiah Norbert's swearing in, Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre has sought to explain his duties as the minister with responsibility for crime prevention. The country is currently facing an increased level of violent crimes, which has claimed the lives of 20 individuals so far for this year. By bringing together various stakeholders and exchanging ideas under Minister Norbert's supervision, the Prime Minister believes it will streamline devising strategies for suppressing and preventing crime.
That is why I've appointed Jeremiah Norbert. Because of his experience, because he's a young person, he knows fully well the issues that young people face. He's lived it. He's been a top cop for a short time in the police force. So that's his job. He's going to work very closely with me from my office. So he can put together all these plans, because everyone has a plan. Everyone knows what we must do to reduce crime. Everyone. So Honorable Jeremiah Norbert will speak to all these people and put these plans together, and hopefully we can get a comprehensive document that will see what are the steps. Albeit it changes all the time. Albeit crime or citizen security has been an issue in St. Lucia. But now we want to concentrate and zero it, and the Minister of National Security can have time to deal with the security aspects of the country, which is resourcing the police, finding the fiscal space to resource the police, and the police can deal with the operational matters.
The Prime Minister also indicated that the new portfolios of crime prevention and persons with disabilities would not form a new ministry.
Crime prevention and persons with disabilities are new portfolios, right?
New specific portfolios, yes.
So will he be having a PS specific to that?
No, he's going to work. Right now he's going to be working in the office of the Prime Minister, and the Prime Minister's PS will serve him for now in these two ministries.
In the interim, while Dr. Virginia Albert Poyet recovers from an undisclosed illness, Minister Norbert will also take up her ministerial responsibilities.
She's improving. She's at home. She's improving, but I can't make any medical pronouncement. As you know, I know you criticize me for that saying. I'll say again, I'm not a doctor. I just said I'm not a doctor.
Norbert, a former police officer, had his leg amputated following a motorcycle accident in 2021. The National Council and for Persons with Disabilities has also welcomed the creation of the Persons with Disabilities portfolio and the appointment of Norbert as the first differently abled government minister. For the TVS News World, I am Zane Romulus.
You're listening to Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick, in association with our friends at
Antillean Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley is saying the decision to remove Major Roger Best as the head of the Strategic Services Agency, the SSA, was based on information provided by the police. He said Best's dismissal was necessary to ensure this country's national security was not jeopardized. And while not providing specifics on what the police are investigating, as CNC3's Akash Samaru tells us, he did reveal it is quite troubling.
The government acted on information from the police. I say no more.
And while he stayed true to that, not telling the media exactly what the police are investigating with respect to the Strategic Services Agency, he did provide additional info, albeit without specifics on what led to the surprise decision to remove the head of the SSA.
It was all part of the response of the government to the information obtained by the police. Circumstances required that the government act to ensure that the national security is not jeopardized.
Dr. Rowley said the issue has to do with personnel, equipment, and the processes of the SSA, and not necessarily the interception of information.
It is centered around personnel. The director is responsible for the agency, and therefore he is held responsible. But it's a broader situation.
The Prime Minister said the public needs to trust that the government has seen certain information that required this response.
It's not every day we act like this. It's not every day we do this. Something must have happened to have warranted this.
But the opposition leader has expressed concern that the government, through the TTPS, has now taken over the SSA. And Kamla Prasad Bisesa has described the new acting head as a political operative who will now grant government access to the public's communications.
I would not respond to any of the opposition's extremities in rubbish. So I will not engage the opposition leader in her folly.
Dr. Rowley was also asked about police locking down the premises occupied by the SSA on Sunday morning, hours before the announcement that Brigadier Philip Spencer will be the new acting head. He said despite utterances in the public, the police did not come there to seize any information.
Nothing has been taken, but because of the circumstances of a change over and the situation that we were dealing with, we wanted to ensure that all the properties and premises, the integrity was preserved.
And while details about what exactly the police is investigating were not forthcoming from the Prime Minister, it does seem to be quite serious.
If I wasn't troubled by it, we wouldn't have acted in this way.
Akash Samaru, CNC3 News.
Antigua and Barbuda will not participate in the full free movement of CARICOM nationals, which is set to be implemented by March 31st, 2024. The announcement comes from Ambassador to CARICOM, Ambassador Dr. Clarence Henry, who says the country is taking a realistic position on the issue. Garfield Burford of ABS News reports.
Antigua and Barbuda has long been on the forefront of regional migration, earning itself the moniker the melting pot of the Caribbean. However, the Twin Island state says the move by CARICOM towards full free movement is a step too far, at least at this point.
We have concerned that if we were to allow the unrestricted flow of CARICOM nationals into the country, that it will imperil, among other things, our social services.
Ambassador Henry says the country could not be accused of being anti-regionalist, given its record of welcoming CARICOM nationals over time, but cannot take this additional step now. He says this would be counterintuitive.
Sending states do not want to provide any type of assistance to a place like Antigua and Barbuda. Remember, we do not have gold, silver, bauxite, oil. We do not have it.
Instead, the country wants to continue with the current regime, which gives certain categories of skilled nationals the opportunity to live and work. The aim is for this to address labor force demand in the local market and to advance the country's economic imperatives. For other CARICOM nationals, the current arrangements would continue a 6-month stay once they meet the requirements. CARICOM heads are to meet again on March 15, where a decision will be made on the policy towards full free movement of CARICOM nationals.
We are optimistic that the heads would accept Antigua and Barbuda's requests and pleadings with respect to utilizing the skills regime, maintaining it in its current status. So we anticipate that those who are not going the route of full free movement will adopt and maintain the skills regime.
Antigua and Barbuda has indicated it will signal to the CARICOM Secretariat when it can allow for full free movement of community nationals, but this decision will be determined by domestic considerations, not by external dynamics.
I am Eddie Frederick. This has been Caribbean Perspective, a whole new approach to highlighting developments in the Caribbean.
In the meantime, please follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel for daily regional news and more, in association with our friends at Antillian Group.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all perils, big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so glad to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Antillian Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.